The rise of BRICS, a coalition comprising Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, represents a significant shift in global economic and political dynamics. As this coalition seeks to challenge the dominance of traditional Western powers, its influence extends across various regions, including East Europe. Historically, East Europe has experienced significant control and influence from Western European countries, particularly through economic and political mechanisms. However, recent developments indicate a potential shift, with countries like Hungary exploring deeper ties with BRICS nations, notably Russia and China. This essay delves into the intricate dynamics of East Europe's biggest movement, exploring the opportunities presented by BRICS and contrasting them with the perceived oppression from Western Europe. By examining Hungary's strategic move towards BRICS, we aim to understand the broader implications for East Europe's geopolitical future. The aftermath of World War II saw East Europe falling under the influence of the Soviet Union, marking the beginning of the Cold War era. The establishment of communist regimes across East European countries created a political and ideological divide from Western Europe. This period was characterized by economic centralization, political repression, and the dominance of Soviet-style governance. The Iron Curtain symbolized not only a physical divide, but also a significant ideological schism between East and West Europe. The fall of the Iron Curtain in 1989 marked a dramatic shift in East Europe's political landscape. The dissolution of the Soviet Union and the subsequent democratization of East European countries paved the way for increased Western influence. Many East European nations joined the European Union and NATO, integrating into Western economic and security frameworks. This period of transition brought significant economic development and political stability to the region, but also led to increased Western control and influence over East European affairs. BRICS was established in 2009 with the aim of fostering economic cooperation, political dialogue, and cultural exchange among its member states. The coalition represents over 40% of the world's population and a significant portion of global GDP. BRICS seeks to create a multipolar world order, reducing dependency on Western-dominated institutions like the International Monetary Fund and the World Bank. BRICS focuses on several key areas: economic growth, sustainable development, and political cooperation. The new development bank, established by BRICS, aims to finance infrastructure and sustainable development projects in member countries and other emerging economies. Politically, BRICS advocates for reforming international institutions to reflect the changing global power dynamics and provide a greater voice to developing nations. While the European Union and NATO represent established Western alliances, BRICS presents an alternative model of cooperation based on mutual benefit and non-interference in domestic affairs. Unlike the EU's stringent regulatory framework and NATO's military focus, BRICS emphasizes economic development and political sovereignty, appealing to countries seeking alternatives to Western hegemony. Hungary shares a complex history with Russia, marked by periods of both cooperation and conflict. The Soviet invasion of Hungary in 1956 left a lasting impact on Hungarian society and politics. However, in recent years, Hungary has sought to rebuild its relationship with Russia, driven by economic interests and a shared skepticism of Western policies. China's Belt and Road Initiative has brought significant Chinese investment to Hungary, particularly in infrastructure projects. Hungary views China as a crucial economic partner, offering opportunities for trade and investment that complement its relations with the European Union. Politically, Hungary's leadership, under Prime Minister Viktor Orbán, has expressed admiration for China's development model and governance. Hungary's relationship with the European Union is complex. While benefiting from EU membership, Hungary often clashes with Brussels over issues such as migration, judicial reforms, and media freedom. These tensions have fueled Hungary's interest in diversifying its alliances, looking towards BRICS as a potential counterbalance to EU pressure. Opportunities within BRICS for East Europe. BRICS offers substantial economic opportunities for East European countries. Increased trade and investment from BRICS nations can stimulate economic growth, create jobs, and enhance infrastructure. The NDB can provide funding for critical development projects, reducing dependency on Western financial institutions. Aligning with BRICS can offer political support to East European countries facing pressure from Western Europe. BRICS advocates for a multipolar world order, providing a platform for East European nations to voice their concerns and interests without Western interference. BRICS membership can enhance energy security through cooperation with Russia, a major energy supplier. Technological collaboration with China can drive innovation and modernization in East Europe. Additionally, military cooperation with BRICS members can strengthen East Europe's defense capabilities, offering an alternative to NATO. Western European influence and control. Western Europe exerts significant economic influence over East Europe through the EU's regulatory framework, trade policies, and financial mechanisms. EU funds have driven economic development in East Europe, but these come with stringent conditions and oversight. The EU's political influence is evident in its efforts to promote democratic governance, human rights, and rule of law in East Europe. However, this influence is often perceived as intrusive, with Brussels frequently clashing with East European governments over domestic policies. NATO's presence in East Europe serves as a security guarantee against external threats. However, this military influence also means that East European countries must align their defense policies with NATO's strategic interests, often leading to tensions with non-NATO neighbors like Russia. Hungary's move towards BRICS. Hungary has taken significant steps towards deepening its ties with BRICS nations. This includes bilateral agreements with Russia on energy projects, participation in China's BRI, and diplomatic engagement with other BRICS members. By aligning with BRICS, Hungary can diversify its economic partnerships, reducing reliance on the EU. This can enhance Hungary's economic resilience and provide access to alternative sources of investment and technology. Politically, BRICS alignment offers Hungary greater autonomy in its domestic and foreign policy decisions. Hungary's move towards BRICS is not without risks. Increased alignment with Russia and China may strain Hungary's relationships with EU and NATO members. Additionally, internal political opposition and public opinion may pose challenges to this strategic shift. The broader impact on East Europe. Hungary's move towards BRICS could influence other East European countries to consider similar alignments. Countries like Poland, the Czech Republic, and Slovakia may explore BRICS membership if they perceive it as beneficial for their economic and political interests. East European sentiment towards BRICS and Western Europe varies. While some countries remain staunchly pro-EU and NATO, others express discontent with Western policies and show interest in alternative alliances. Public opinion and political leadership play crucial roles in shaping these sentiments. Let's look at some case studies. Poland, historically aligned with the West, remains a strong supporter of the EU and NATO. However, recent political developments have shown some strains in its relationship with the EU, particularly regarding judicial reforms and media laws. While Poland has yet to express any formal interest in joining BRICS, economic and political pressures might push it to consider diversifying its alliances in the future. Poland's strong economic growth and strategic location make it a potential candidate for BRICS membership, should it seek to balance Western influence with alternative partnerships. The Czech Republic, like Poland, has been firmly integrated into Western structures since the end of the Cold War. However, there are elements within its political landscape that advocate for a more balanced approach to international relations. the Czech Republic has engaged with China on several economic projects, indicating a willingness to explore partnerships beyond the EU. The extent to which it might align with BRICS will depend on its domestic political shifts and the evolving geopolitical landscape in Europe. Slovakia's position is similar to that of its Visegrad Group partners, Poland, Hungary, and the Czech Republic. While firmly embedded in the EU and NATO, Slovakia has shown interest in developing closer ties with non-Western countries. Its economic policies have been relatively open, and it could potentially see benefits in aligning with BRICS, especially in terms of economic opportunities and energy security. Challenges and risks. Aligning more closely with BRICS could pose economic risks for East European countries. These risks include potential trade disruptions with Western European partners and possible sanctions or economic penalties from the EU. Moreover, the economic models and regulatory environments of BRICS countries differ significantly from those of the EU, which could create complexities in trade and investment relations. Politically, moving towards BRICS could lead to increased tensions with Western European countries and institutions. East European countries might face diplomatic isolation or reduced influence within the EU. Furthermore, aligning with BRICS could attract criticism regarding democratic governance and human rights, especially given the political systems of some BRICS members. NATO's security umbrella is a critical component of East European defense policies. Moving away from NATO-centric policies could weaken the security guarantees these countries currently enjoy. This shift could also lead to increased military tension with Russia, given the historical and ongoing security concerns in the region. Domestic politics will play a crucial role in determining the feasibility of aligning with BRICS. Public opinion, influenced by historical experiences and current socio-economic conditions, could either support or oppose such a shift. Political opposition parties may use the alignment with BRICS as a platform to challenge incumbent governments, leading to internal instability. Future prospects and scenarios. In the first scenario, East European countries, led by Hungary, gradually increase their economic and political engagements with BRICS. This alignment happens without severing ties with the EU and NATO, but seeks to balance Western influence with alternative partnerships. Economic cooperation with China and Russia intensifies, leading to significant infrastructure investments and trade relations. Politically, these countries leverage their BRICS connections to gain more autonomy within the EU framework. In the second scenario, East European countries pursue a dual alignment strategy, maintaining strong ties with the EU and NATO, while simultaneously engaging more deeply with BRICS. This approach seeks to maximize benefits from both Western and BRICS alliances. Economic diversification reduces dependency on any single bloc, while political and security policies are carefully balanced to avoid alienating any major power. In the third, more radical scenario, East European countries, driven by economic and political pressures, make a decisive shift towards BRICS. This involves significant realignment of foreign policy, reducing engagement with the EU and NATO in favor of deeper integration with BRICS. Such a move could lead to economic and political upheaval, with substantial impacts on regional stability and international relations. Long-term implications. A significant alignment of East Europe with BRICS could alter global power dynamics, reinforcing the multipolar world order that BRICS advocates. This shift would challenge the traditional dominance of Western institutions and create new centers of power in global politics. Economically, a stronger BRICS presence in East Europe could lead to new trade routes, investment flows, and economic partnerships. This realignment could benefit East European economies by providing alternative sources of growth and development, but it also carries risks of dependency on new partners. Security considerations would be paramount in this realignment. While NATO's security guarantees are currently indispensable for many East European countries, greater engagement with BRICS could lead to new security arrangements. However, this would require careful navigation of existing geopolitical tensions, particularly with Russia. In conclusion, the potential shift of East Europe towards BRICS represents one of the most significant geopolitical developments in the region's recent history. Hungary's move towards Russia and China could set a precedent for other East European countries, presenting both opportunities and challenges. The economic benefits of BRICS membership, including trade, investment, and infrastructure development, are substantial. Politically, BRICS offers an alternative to Western influence, promoting a multipolar world order. However, the risks associated with such a shift, including economic, political, and military challenges, cannot be ignored. Ultimately, the future of East Europe's alignment will depend on a complex interplay of domestic politics, economic interests, and international relations. Whether East Europe will side with BRICS or maintain its current Western alignment remains to be seen. What is clear is that the region's geopolitical landscape is at a crossroads, with significant implications for both regional and global stability.